we should be live right now. Hey, lovely people, I'll talk to my guests and then I will be there any second. No, but now test. So now everybody should hear everybody. Let me check. Yes, perfect. So welcome everybody. I'm very excited for this one because we haven't talked about the trailer and we will head into the um, um, sheet, into the PDF for the press. And there's so much to talk about, and I'm really excited for this amazing guests. And yeah, maybe start with an introduction round first. So, Cody, you're first, my man.
Hi, I'm Cody. I stream on
Amazing
Twitch
guests.
and I
And
make
yeah,
TikToks on TikTok. I like to play One Piece D&D with a lot of the crew members from the Last Arc YouTube channel. Come catch us on Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Time to watch us play One Piece D&D and have a crazy wacky adventure.
amazing. Okay, next on my list, and you definitely have to check the channel out. D&D is really fun. Arrow.
Oh, um, hi, I'm Nick or Air Assassin on YouTube and TikTok. I post on YouTube mostly Blue Lock and One Piece videos, but I also post a lot of more news kind of stuff, just keep people updated. And on TikTok, I post whatever I want, and videos will come out as soon as I can make them. So yeah, you can go check them out if you like that stuff.
Amazing. And yeah, I discovered him through his videos, so they are good. I can say that. Next is Andilex.
Yo, as you heard, yeah, my name is Star Knight Risha Andilix. I upload One Piece videos onto YouTube. I do live reactions of the manga chapter and upload theories. I'm currently working on the theory right now, and it's going to be up by either the end of this week or next week. So I hope y'all get to check it out.
Nice. Can you give us a tease in one sentence?
Um, it's about the One Piece.
Oh, I never have predicted that. Oh my god. Okay, Isa.
Yeah, my name is Isa, aka Closet Anime Girl. I make TikToks and Instagram Reels about mostly about One Piece and other anime. And I'm a One Piece fan since I don't know half of my life. So I'm very excited to talk about One Piece with you guys.
Nice. And then we have Ohime or Hime.
Yes. It's Ohimi Tenshi on every platform. I make some funny skits, One Piece related content, reviews, sometimes some cosplays. So you can follow me there. I'm mostly active on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So yeah.
Yes. And we have the one and only Chestnut Tanuki.
Yo, what's up? I'm the Chestnut Tanuki. That's it. You guys can find me if you want to see cool stuff. Word up.
Amazing. I see. Okay, my bot doesn't work for everything right now, sadly. Okay, but I will figure it out along the way, I guess. So before we talk about anything here, we keep this as spoiler free as possible. I made a quick summary of what we want to avoid and stuff with the Pirate Codex, where everybody can read through the rules and can agree on that if he thinks so. Essentially, please even try to keep it East Blue spoilery free, so even the people who get into the One Piece live action fresh can be not spoiled and will be not spoiled. And with these streams, kind of we got into a language that we don't spoil people, but we all understand what we mean. So I think it's possible to avoid these, even the big ones, and at least character names and character designs are no spoiler in my opinion. Out of context, it doesn't make sense. And yeah, so everybody's on the same plate here. And then we will start right into the trailer, I guess. So I want to know, I think I saw it even. What was the reaction for the second trailer when it dropped and you saw that, Tanuki?
Oh, starting off strong. So I think that this second trailer was like miles better than the first. I think it showed off a lot more of what I really wanted from the series. I think that it was better. It showed a little bit more of the direction that they were taking with it, and especially I think they showed kind of the changes that they were doing. So like, uh, I really enjoyed a lot of it, and I thought it was better than the first.
Yeah, definitely. Hime.
Yes, so honestly, I will have the same opinion since I think the second one fleshed out a bit more about the other characters, like other than the Straw Hats. We got to see Rogers, we got to see a bit more of Alvira, Kobe, like other characters, and it was really refreshing and nice. And also, I think we saw also a bit of like the interaction between Zoro and Sanji. I know that a lot of people in the first trailer were like,
Yes.
they don't see how like their relationship is gonna be like. But I think in the second one they just showcased to us that there's gonna be tensions. And also we saw Arlong. I remember we saw Arlong, and a lot of people
Yeah.
didn't like his design, but I think he was cool, honestly. And I don't know, me personally, it just it really made me more excited to watch it even more. But yeah.
Yeah, we will definitely take on the whole aesthetics of the fishmen
Mhm.
later, so we can get into the detail. Even on the PDF, it was stated how they made it and stuff. Cody, are you sleeping right now? I can't hear you. But yeah, what was your first reaction, Cody?
I really liked it. The music is what really caught my eye immediately. Was just it really felt like I was brought back into that One Piece world with it felt like a little bit of a Western twist on it. I really liked the music and the set directions. The sets looked absolutely amazing. Like I was pulled into the world one for one. Baratier, where they were fighting the axe hand guy, is just absolutely stellar set designs and music.
Yeah, I think many people were convinced after that. Isa?
Yes, I can agree that like the second trailer was definitely better than the first. It got very much more detail than the first, and we got to see a few more characters which I liked. Also, I don't know if I can say even the name of the old dude because I don't. He's not even in the anime. I think in East Blue. Um, because of spoiler reasons, but I like that he was on the trailer.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
you
know
mean
if you.
you can say character names for sure. That's no problem. And if you make
Okay,
mistakes with
perfect.
spoilering, it's totally okay. Most
Okay,
most
perfect.
things we don't understand. People don't understand without context, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
had the feeling that they wanted to play it safe in the first trailer with the CGI and stuff,
Yeah.
and I like that in the second trailer you could see a bit more of that, and it was actually not that bad as well. I think they did the best they could do.
Yeah,
So I liked it. I'm very excited.
I agree. Arrow.
Okay.
Nick, Sorry.
I'm gonna say this. I am a One Piece live action supporter. I will defend it till the day I die. However, I'm glad I can say this because no one else said it. I think the trailer showed too much of the
Hmm.
series because can I say a name of not a character but of something that goes on, and if not like something that goes on, just kind of like a
So
name of an attack, I guess.
so something yeah, attacks, of course nobody can understand them without without context. But I think like events, we talk in most every stream, we talk about that someone stabbing itself scene, and we all know what it is. But if you
Yeah.
describe it like that, everybody knows it, and the ones who doesn't.
Got
Yeah.
it. I think they showed. I think they took it too far with the double Mihawk showing him twice with just the handle of his sword as well as him. I think that was too much, and I think that showing Gatling, if you know what I mean by Gatling, I think showing
Yeah.
that was too much. I feel like those would have been really cool just to kind of show in the series rather than just in the trailer revealing it, kind of getting people more excited to see this aspect of those characters in this story. So I feel like they should have kept that out, including Arlong. I feel like they should have left him out and left it as more of a as soon as you have to get into the series, and once you're there, then you see him kind of thing. So that way you're kind of like not going in basically knowing everything that's gonna happen. Even though you do, you still want to kind of be surprised because it is a slightly different story, I guess, because it's live action. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, sure. And I think I missed Andy Lex.
Um. Yeah. I am hyped for the live action show, and the second trailer just made me even more hyped. The costumes, the music. I got Pirates of the Caribbean vibes from the second trailer. We got to see more of Buggy because like the first trailer we barely got a tease, and we got more of Buggy in the second one. And the idea of the world building, we saw some things in the trailer more versus like the manga and anime where it wasn't as expansive. So I feel like we could get they could add anything to the this live action thing that manga readers or anime readers aren't expecting.
Yeah. So the first thing that appears in the trailer is Gold Roger, and I was really surprised that we see him in the last Banquet. We actually said, "Oh, wouldn't it be amazing to start with Gold Roger, like the series does, or the manga as well?" And yeah, we saw Gold Roger. We saw the execution scene. Um, Garp being kind of confused about it, about the people raging after his speech, and um, yeah, what was your thoughts about Gold Roger? I personally really loved the casting. It's a bit funny to me that the Gold Roger in the series looks a lot like um the Roger the lack of words looks a lot like Roger Space, um, and at the same time it looks really like the Roger in the series, especially in the earlier anime episodes. And yeah, let's start with Andy and Andy Lex this time. What do you think of Roger?
Oh yeah, I love his design in the live action. It looks like his design looks like yeah a seasoned experienced pirate that what who who lives up to the title king of the pirates. That's the
Yeah,
vibe I get from the actor. But yeah, they are on the execution platform. So, but yeah, I really like Roger, and I really hope we maybe see something different, different, the same Roger from the anime and manga, but new things in the live action. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with Roger in the live action. So maybe it'll be a different take, but
yeah.
same character.
Um, has somebody anything to add to the Gold Roger thing? I really loved this his casting and such. Hime is maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I think that Rogers was the perfect cast. I think that in the trailer, he portrayed the best his character. He just looked like, he first of all, he looked exactly like Rogers, and he looked like he was like, sick, which was actually. Wait, I don't know if no, actually, wait, I can say that. Um, he just portrayed Rogers really well for anybody
Yeah.
who watches the anime, and yeah, I, it's so hard to talk about the series.
No, it's
Anyways,
okay.
yeah,
But he really looks like the state that he's
yeah,
in the series at this point.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly, exactly. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's really hard to talk around the spoilers, but if we don't make this yet, I think we the live action watchers have a really bad time coming into One
Yeah,
Piece
I agree.
tube
I agree.
after the series releases, because I still think people underestimate the series, and it will be, if it goes a little bit like Wednesday or Stranger Things, it will be amazing and will
Hmm.
lead many fans to the manga and to us essentially. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, Chestnut.
So I actually really like how gross he looks. I'm actually really into how gross everybody looks in the live action. Like people look like they don't shower, and I think that's gonna really be good. And it sounds funny, but I'm actually really excited that they're really kind of going more into like the Pirates of the Caribbean type look
Yeah.
for people. So I'm hyped. I think that the Roger casting was really good. I don't know if I'm sold on his voice yet. I think that I'll have to hear it a little bit more just because I'm so partial to the Japanese and even to an extension the dub voice actor. But I think that it's a pretty good casting. I think they got it spot on, and I'm glad that they're going for a more like gritty, realistic look.
Yeah. In case of the voiceover, in the anime and in the manga, it doesn't make sense. In the anime, the cast that is cast, the person who is casted for Gold Watcher already does, also does the narrator for One Piece. But in the One Piece live action, the narrator is casted as a different person. It's Ian McShane, so it's a better known actor. He already played in Pirates of the Caribbean, and so we only have Roger's speech in the first part, I guess, and after that we won't hear him for long. But yeah, so I think even if the voice doesn't fit at all, it would make sense. Um, because he really looks like it. I can agree. Um, Cody, still falling off his
Hello.
chair.
Oh, I'm always falling off my chair. What's up?
I'm still wondering how you can sit. I always imagine you, if I'm laying in bed, I always thinking of Cody running in his room making TikToks like a hamster in his wheel. What your thoughts about the Roger in the trailer?
Roger. It's I think it's too early to tell. I think there's too little of Roger to actually like judge like his actual like acting on it. It's just one it is an important pivotal scene that sets the whole series off in a way
Hmm.
that like no one can understate. Like it really is like the beginning of everything. Roger really does set up a lot. So I think the casting, he looks amazing. I think the voice acting, it really hit the nails for me. But like I said, until I see the whole scene in its entirety, I don't want to give like too much criticism or too
Yeah,
much like good stuff. Like I'm gonna wait.
yeah.
But I think it's good. It looks good.
Nick, do you think this was one of the parts that should have been out of the trailer, or was this essential?
No, this, in my opinion, is probably the best way that they could have started the trailer, as it's in the opening of the series. Is Gold Roger's kind of like the setup of everyone going to the sea. This is how I would have expected the trailer to start. There's two things though about it that one thing I would have hoped for, one thing I really really like, and the first thing was that I stood by this. I was so hoping that they were gonna have Johnny Depp play Gold Roger. I had it in my gut. I was like, please, please let it happen, because he's Jack Sparrow. And how cool would it have been to have Johnny Depp play Gold Roger for a show about pirates that he's done a movie about all about pirates, and it's probably one of the most well-known pirate series that at least I can think of.
I
But I
would have
don't mind his
been
casting.
Would
I
have
think
been maybe too expensive to get him on.
Yeah.
100%. I had little hope, but I had a little bit. I had a little bit of hope. But his current casting, I love it. I think it looks perfect. And um what I like after can I say something that's after like the basic shot here is where it cuts to basically everyone running away, but as it cuts to him smiling, it really makes him look kind of villainous in a way that he knows what he started this whole he knows he started the whole era. He knows
Yes.
what he did, and he's so happy for it. Like it's a villainous type laughter. But what I like about when he's sitting on the podium is how his hands are crossed, showing that he isn't worried. He's actually kind of content where he is, and he knows that once he says what he's got to say, it will change the entire world, and he's ready for that. Like
Yeah.
he's not worried about being executed or anything. I love it.
Yeah, I totally agree. We talked about it on the last one as well. Body language is a whole new aspect that is adding with the actors that you can communicate well in an anime as well. So things like tiny details like that. So he is really comforting while being executed. Yeah, you're totally right. Isa.
Mm. I'm just gonna say the entrance to this trailer was so epic with Gold Roger. It
Yeah.
was the perfect entrance for the trailer. But I must say, first time I saw Gold Roger, I was a bit disappointed. Very controversial, I know, but he very grew on me.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Okay.
was the live action bias, but I think now he fits. And I want to uh, eh, say something about the voice acting a
Yeah.
bit because when Chestnut said that, it remembered me of the first trailer of Luffy's voice acting, and I thought it's not fitting perfectly, and that is what I'm kind of missing, and like the in Luffy's character.
Yeah, but I can say as a proud German, we got with the Japanese the best dub in the world for the OPLA.
Yeah,
So
yes, I know. Maybe I'm not used to the English dub, so that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. But
But like, yeah.
yeah, but I really think Oda pointed this out in his letter as well, that he as well said some words and some phrases doesn't really fit Luffy, but when he see
Mm.
the scene with Inaki saying the lines, it really fits for Inaki, so it goes better with Luffy. So I think maybe it's just cutting out in a trailer that makes it weird or something like that, because there's a lot
Yeah,
of cuts in there, and yeah,
I think some of the lines were so out of character, which I didn't like. That was like the only thing I didn't like about the trailer that I was kind of icky about. That I was like, maybe it's not gonna portray that good in a live action. But as the second trailer, it got very much better.
yeah, yeah. And I missed Andy Lex again? Sorry.
Oh yeah, about the trailer? Is that what you asked?
About the Roger. Sorry.
Oh, Roger. Oh no, I was the first one that you asked.
Okay, okay. So, okay. I always forget anything. So, okay. Yeah. So, also in the scene with Gold Roger, we saw a young Buggy in the crowd and a young Smoker as well. Did you see them?
We did.
We did, yes. There was in the scene where we see the man with the glasses and the vest, where I think this is Ask the Question, especially because he wears the same vest, Ask the Question, and maybe he wears glasses here in this. But in the scene with Ask the Question, where I think Ask the Question is, you see it on the right side, boy with blue hair and a bandana or what it is, what Buggy wears in his young days.
Yeah, he wears like a bandana.
And you especially don't see his nose, so that would pop out.
Did you catch
Can you
Dragon?
timestamp? Sorry.
No, you can.
Which I was just gonna say, did you see Dragon in the
Yeah,
crowd?
of course. And next to Dragon is how is the right hand man from Garp called? I forget him every
Bogard?
time. Bogart, yes. And right next to him is Bogart. So yeah, right in your face with the two. And on the scene where the woman runs away, you see little Smoker there with light blue hair, another hair color than Buggy. So yeah, Smoker is in, and most likely we will get the intro scene that Matt Owens originally wrote in the leaked script. For anybody who doesn't know, the leaked script was released way back before the whole thing was announced officially, and in the script it starts with Gold Roger execution scene in the point of view from the little Smoker, and it makes sense if you consider that the whole season ends with Smoker seeing Luffy go into the distance, essentially, yes, or re-experiencing the whole thing. Yeah. Next thing, big thing in the trailer, what everybody was talking about was Arlong and Barati. So Cody's already flipping out about it. So okay, let's start with Kobe. He has enthusiasm for this. Cody, what's your thoughts?
I loved Arlong. That was so. I loved it. I freaking loved it. I was so excited to see Arlong come out and ask Luffy the question. Everyone here knows what the question Arlong asked. What's the difference? And I don't want to spoil nothing, but oh my god, when he said that in the trailer, I lost it. I was like, I'm so excited. I know Arlong doesn't look like he's not as like big and foreboding. He definitely should be bigger, as I saw in the like trailer. He's like the same size as Luffy, but like the energy he was bringing as Arlong just like had me so excited. I just like I love it. I love a good villain.
Amazing. And what do you think of Arlong? Do you have a doggo by your place? Please show us the dog. Or is this a sound thing?
That's fine. Give me a second. I'll call her now.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. But a picture would be nice for the dog. I love dogs. What do you think about Arlong, especially at the Barachi?
I'm interested to see how that plays into the story or why he's there. Like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but it was interesting to see, like, they still kept him in his character. He still looks like that foreboding boss of, like, whatever he's doing. He's just foreboding and angry, and it just looks cool. I don't know how else to describe it without, like, going so in-depth to it, but I am really excited.
Yeah, and I find it interesting that he got to the Barachi. Maybe they're picking up Nami or something, but it could be that he's picking up specifically a bounty from a person that has a high bounty, or he just searched for Nami and came to this place, because in a little second, or some seconds in the trailer, we saw Arlong at Buggy even. So in one of the scenes where Arlong looks into the camera, you see behind him the clown thing in Buggy's ship, or on Buggy's ship, or at Buggy's place. But maybe he's searching for Nami, goes to Buggy after they went to Buggy, and then he goes for Barachi. Would make sense in that sense, and it would make it, Arlong is on the way to the Barachi and stuff, yeah. Isa, your thoughts on Arlong and Barachi? Arlong?
A bit weird, I must say, how the story plays out there. So I hope the fans of One Piece are not disappointed by that. That it's a bit different. But let's see how it plays out. So, and also Arlong in itself, I think he looks very cool. I know that he has to be a bit bigger in compared to the manga or anime, but I think it's like the most fitted for live action. I think if he would be much bigger,
I just
it would
refreshed
look
my page.
unreal.
You hit 5K. Congrats, Desnes. You hit 5K.
Oh my god,
This is
really?
Nice.
I just
Oh
refreshed.
Oh my god!
Yes,
Oh my
Congrats.
god!
Let's
Thank
go.
you! I have a hype overlay for that, so let's party for a bit. Oh my god. Oh my god! Party, party! Woo! Smoke. Woo!
And then one for
Where's Smokey? I need red wine now.
Good smell. Flavor.
minutes.
There you go. I got you.
Already over. Oh, thank you for reminding me of that. Amazing. Yeah. Cool. Yes, soon Tanuki will be at 5K as well.
Nah, nah.
And
You're t-
oh, amazing. I think I interrupted someone. Sorry, I completely brained out.
No, that's a good way to congratulate you because that's amazing. Also, I was finished, so that's okay.
Okay. Andy Legs.
Um, regarding Arlong, his design is growing more on me. First take seeing the trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not what I really expected, but you have to think that it's a live action and they're trying to go with the more, I guess, realistic, practical approach. And yeah, a lot of characters in One Piece in the manga and anime are like 8, 10 feet tall. I guess that's just not like practical enough, I guess, while doing live action. And then Arlong with the Barate, it makes a lot of sense that Arlong was just going for his daily swim and getting he loves takeout. He's a fishman who loves his takeout, so that's why he's at the Barati.
Yeah, the fishmen really just want to have fun as well, so maybe
Yeah.
that's the case really, and they just want to get their food that they ordered via
Yeah.
a snail, yes, and just picking Nami for a snack with them. Yeah, Hime and
Nami's the
Tanuki.
dessert.
Yeah, Nami is
Um,
the dessert.
who first, actually? Sorry.
I love when you talk into each other. It's amazing on your stream. So why not go both?
uh, okay, I'll go first. First of all, you said you like dogs, so I have a little surprise for you.
Ooh!
Wait.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my
So this
god!
is Yuki.
He's so
Looks so
fluffy.
cute.
Yeah,
Nobody
he's
on
still a
stream can see.
puppy. No, yeah,
But Hime,
yeah.
if you listen, if you guys head over to Chibi Girls, you guys can see Hime's dog all the time.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
So yeah. But yeah, regarding Arlong, I do believe that I love his design. And I love the fact that he's like, he looks like half human, half fish. I really like the nose details. Honestly, I don't think they could have made him look like better. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing with like live actions. Like they're not gonna look exactly like the anime, so people have to like be like a bit patient and just understand that like there's so much makeup can do. At least it's not CGI'd. So let's just be happy about that. But yeah, I really liked Arlong. Yeah.
Nice. And Merch Hunter Ricky dropped in here. I think he should have been at work right now. Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, everyone? I had orientation, but basically they canceled it, and that worked
Oh.
for me.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, is it good or bad or?
Yeah, my manager doing my orientation legitimately did not know how to do it, so they told me to come back on Monday, and I wasn't gonna complain.
Okay, so it isn't your fault and you don't have problems with that. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's amazing for us, I guess. So, Merch Hunter Ricky, hello. Maybe a short introduction for you.
All right, well, I see some familiar faces here, and to everyone I haven't met yet, how's it going? Glad to meet you all. And I'm extremely in love with One Piece. It inspired me to create a YouTube channel after seeing a couple YouTubers show off their merch, and I had already been collecting the WCF series, and I just started a channel about it, and then I started reviewing chapters and whatnot.
Yes. And especially if you look into merch, look at Merch Hunter Ricky's channel. And
Yeah, I
he
can
does
find you anything you need.
Yeah, and he does a great series on made up devil fruits as well. That's really fun. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking
Thank
right
you.
now about Arlong and especially Arlong at the Barati. What is your opinion in the second trailer? Arlong at the Barati? Question mark.
I think that. Oh wait, are we allowed to talk spoilers or not?
Try to avoid them.
Okay, well, I think that he has a specific reason for being there, and I'm not sure how he figures out you know,
Yeah.
get being there, but for the most part, it very much intrigues me, and I think it's a good way of linking up certain storylines.
Yeah. It makes a great way to get the better feeling of the whole story as a whole, maybe. So get an over. How does it called in English? Overarching enemy or something like that. So a threat that keeps getting bigger until they meet. Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that, and I think he looks pretty good too. I think Karubi, when they showed him, I was like, oh, please get him out of my face. But everyone else, I think, looked great.
Yeah. And Tanuki, your Arlong thoughts?
On Arlong, I thought that Arlong looked really hot. 10 out of 10. As a Blackbeard stan, I was like, man, he is attractive. Just kidding. I actually really like that they're going with practical effects. I think that was something I said in your previous streams, that I think the practical effects that they're doing for the live action is really good. Because I hate seeing like tons of CGI.
Yeah.
And I think that because there has to be so much CGI and everything, I really like the makeup and I think it looks really good. So it was very enjoyable to see him. I know a lot of people had like an issue with him and thought that he looked bad, and to them I say, you're just not brave enough.
So, in
Good
my
argument.
opinion, sorry.
No, I was just saying that's a good argument.
Yeah. In my opinion, and this will be a controversial one, the OPLA Arlong is even more accurate than the anime or manga Arlong, because Arlong is supposed to be a fishman that is inspired by a fish that is more like a human race, but inspired by one fish, and he's a sawfish, and his nose looks exactly like a OG real life sawfish. So if you want to be if you want to say, okay, Arlong is a sawfish fishman, he looks more like a sawfish fishman in the live action than in the manga itself.
Hmm.
From the nose
Yeah,
alone. I talk
you're
about the
right.
nose. The height and this and the other stuff, yeah. We can talk about that, of course.
Yeah.
And one person that is very missing in each trailer, each picture is Hachi. Where's Hachi? And does everybody of you have thoughts about where's Hachi, or do they include him or not?
They didn't want the hate yet because people are
Yeah.
gonna hate how he. I know. I just know.
It's also very difficult to portray Haji. I think that's one of the most difficult characters.
I don't know.
I-
I really think
No,
with the other fishmen that's already working, and Pirates of the Caribbean already established that the guy with tentacles could work. I don't know, but yeah, it's difficult for sure. Yeah,
I mean, that could be why, or it could be for a different reason than just like fan hate, if you think about it. Because Hachi's like appeared later on in the series. He's not like Arlong, where they show up and then they're yet to be seen.
yeah,
Like Hachi appears again, so it's maybe like they're trying to, because One Piece has been confirmed to last, maybe it's in its final saga, right? So assuming that they're gonna keep going with the live action, maybe they just don't want to show Hachi yet because he would appear later on in the story, and they're kind of just saving him for the actual series, since he's a recurring character. Maybe that's just why. That's just my thought on it. But
mhm.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit of a guess. I think that he will not look like what we're expecting him to look like.
Hmm. That's why they keep him hidden.
what do you mean?
I I don't think he's gonna have all them arms. That's my guess. Maybe it was a call they had to make. And again, this is just pure speculation.
Yeah,
Maybe it was just a little too taxing on the development team, or however, I'm not too privy with, producing a show. but maybe the 8 sword style and all that would be a little too much. And they decided to change him almost entirely. Like, he might still be a fishman, obviously, but 2 arms, maybe 4 arms, you know?
Yeah, I could see some changes with Hachi as well. Even in hindsight, I would have loved to see Hachi more sympathetic for Nami. You know what I mean? Um, Especially with this established character in Fishman Island, doesn't fit really well with the East Blue character in my mind. But it would be cool that he says a word or two in for Nami as well, so we see a glimpse of a good Fishman behavior as well in there. And I think in the when you say Hachi is important later, we must talk about, okay, but how much do they plan to do? Because there are many ways to go with this. The actors already said they won't do it forever, and they won't do it as long as Game of Thrones did with 8 seasons. So they pick like 6 seasons would be ending around the time skips. That would be a cool ending, or changing the story to condense all of it with the thing after the time skip, or even make the original story that Oda intended before they continued to make One Piece longer. With the he said originally, I think Ricky, you pointed that out as well, making the story of the Shichibukai into that.
Yeah, I think the interview goes that he originally intended it to literally end in Alabasta.
Hmm. And he put in and he wanted to get more into the Shichibukai, and the original plan was that the Shichibukai would be the emperors, right? Something like that.
Yeah, or something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe it's the shorter version of Oda's story, and we get a complete different story after East Blue, or a condensed version or something like that. But yeah, Hachi changes could not be. But yeah, does anybody has another opinion on Hachi?
You know, it'd be really cool for Hachi if they somehow did it, but with like puppetry. I think that
Hmm.
would be really cool if like they had just like the arms don't move like individually, but they move all as like one group. So it's like the like if they use like cool props and stuff and did it that way, where it's like the arms just all move up and down. I think that it would add a little bit of charm to the live action. And that's what I'm hoping that some of this stuff.
So in the PDF that I sent you with for the press and stuff, there were questions about stuff like this, and they essentially said they used CGI, practical effects, even on the way 3D printed and fixed some stuff on the way. So they had 5 3D printers for emergencies. They had animatronics, and I really for the Denden Mushis. So I can imagine them doing it for more animals and stuff with animatronics. You can imagine it like in my case, I would imagine it like the Fraggles, because the technology they use on the Fraggles are very much what they described there. So they can move the head, the eyes, the hands, stuff like that. And then they said they had for Buggy especially uh, a prop that is made to look exactly like a person, so they can throw people's body parts through the air and such. Yeah. So I
That
think they
sounds
go all
insane.
in. Oh, and they mention puppets. Puppets. They mention puppets. That comes to my dream of Chopper being a Muppet, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, they could really go with every route there. Yeah, and if they already into animatronics, puppets, CGI, and the prosthetics, I think where to stop? Only the budget can stop them at any point, and maybe Hachi was one of the things they cut down, but maybe we get a whole overdue for that. And yeah, um, another thing that changed, that will change, I think, And now we're talking about the order in which everything plays out, because we get Garb in there, we get more Kobe and Helmeppo in there, we already saw that, but we will also see the same beginning like the anime, I guess. So we see first Luffy with Kobe going into the Alvida stuff, and then in the second episode where we actually go before we get to Buggy, we see the flashback for Luffy, then getting into Buggy with the knowledge of the Straw Hat and his flashbacks with the Straw Hat, essentially. So all of the Straw Hat will be condensed in the second episode, I think. What are your thoughts about the pacing, the episode order, and some changes along the way, especially with Garb? Let's start with Cody. He's always so energetic in this call. If you could see him, he's running in circles right now, essentially.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a guy. Changes that I liked. I'm really, really excited to see Kobe. It was a breath of fresh air. I was really worried like why they weren't showing him or like what they were gonna do, because if you know One Piece, you know One Piece, and Kobe was something I was very like, how are they gonna handle this? And seeing the way they cast him, it's just looks perfect. I think it's going to grow into it if the series does take off, that they will be able to take the direction they need to with it. And just about all of the changes that I have seen, I haven't had like very negative things to say about them. I've just only had positive receptions to everything. I love seeing more Garp. I love getting to see more aspects of these characters that we don't get to see very often. It's just like more One Piece. I love One Piece. Give me more.
So yeah, it's really an addition to that. Isa?
I have the feeling it's gonna be pretty much very fast paced, a bit more fast paced than the anime. I mean, in East Blue Saga, it was more fast paced than in the later arcs,
Yeah.
but the live action is gonna do it pretty much a bit faster, I bet. Also, what I want to say is that I think Helmeppo is a bit too hot for his rule. And also, yeah, pretty much that. Also, Corby is one of the best casts, and I think, in my opinion, the best casting was Usopp
Hmm.
because he's very real. Maybe
Yeah.
because he's also like the easiest one of the characters, because he's like one of the most human ones. But I'm very excited to see Usopp and that. Also, one thing that I'm a bit disappointed is that Nami has a wig on. I think they even colored her hair red, but even then put a wig on her, which I'm a bit disappointed of. But maybe that has a reason, because I think like a colored red hair is also very pretty. So that's what I didn't like that much.
I think they went for a vibrant look because other characters have vibrant hair colors as well. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why. But yeah, I agree. For many people, it looked off. But I think in the series, in general, when you look back to back, I think maybe it makes more sense. And there are some scenes where the lighting were not the best, so maybe it was just the lighting for some scenes. But we will see definitely. And you're not alone with the wig thing. So many people said
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Hime.
Yes. I'm not sure that I followed the question. Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah.
Just
So
I'm
we
not sure.
have the episode order, the changes like Garp coming in there, and if you think that we will do the like the anime to begin with Kobe, or do we do it like the manga and start with
I think they're
flashbacks?
going to. Oh, sorry. I think they'll try to respect the anime as much as they can, but of course they cannot condense all of East Blue in like 8 episodes. So they're going to skip some parts, which is normal. And I know that a lot of people are going to start to hate about that, but unfortunately they have to skip to the important parts. So we just have to bear with it and just enjoy it. Um, Otherwise, yeah, when it comes to just showcasing the arcs, yeah, that's my point on it.
Um, Handy Dex, what are your
Well,
thoughts about the changes in order? Yes.
well, first with the question regarding Hachi, I think
Yeah.
he might still be in it, and Hachi does have parts later in the story, and I could see that happening. But yeah, like if they're able to do Buggy, like in the show, I don't see them not being able to do Hachi. Like I'm pretty sure if they could give Buggy a bunch of like pieces of himself, like they could have Hachi have like 8 different arms, and for Garp and Kobe, um, I love how we're getting to see Garp earlier on because he is probably my favorite character in the whole series, if not the top three. And I feel like they might actually adapt some cover stories from the manga. I'm not
Mm.
going to say what the cover stories are, but there were some, and I could see them being implemented into the live action. Because yeah, I'm assuming the episodes are going to be like about an hour long. So,
So
but
I
yeah, it
think for
seems
the
like
East Blue, yeah, I think for the East Blue we have two cover stories. One is Buggy, one is Kobe, I guess.
yeah, and they're both. I love both those cover stories, so it'd be nice to see them
Mm.
getting adapted. I think the anime did some of Kobe's and
Yeah.
Buggy's, I think, a little bit,
Mm.
but it'd be great to see the live action take of it. Just more Garp, and Kobe looks great. He looks anime accurate.
Yeah.
Helmuppo, I thought the same thing. Like, man, Helmuppo looks really good looking. Like, um, but yeah, overall, like, yeah, I'm really hyped for the Marine side, like how they're gonna portray the Marines and Garp and probably his crazy training regimen or something.
Yeah. But Helmeppo kept the shitty haircut, so yeah. It always looks off, but it really fits for the character. Um, Nick.
Hi. Yeah. Um. So one thing I want to talk about that He-Man mentioned was cutting stuff,
Mhm.
and not only do I think they're cutting stuff, I think they're moving stuff in because, like, we met Garp at the end. I think it was post Annie's lobby, right? That we
Yes.
first met Garp. Now I'm looking at the press notes that we got that you sent the link for, and looking at the descriptions for episode 4 and episode 5. At the end of episode 4, it says Luffy finally gets his ship of his dreams as Garp closes in, right?
Yeah.
Meaning Garp is most likely going after Luffy. And
Yeah.
then the start of the episode 5 description says Luffy and the gang are tested in their ability to fight together on the high seas. Meaning Garp probably gets introduced with Luffy way like after like at the start of episode 5 or at the end of episode 4.
Yeah.
So like they're not waiting till Andy's lobby to show him.
No, no, no. We see
And
him in the trailer already, and
no, I
the
mean like
scene, and the scene must be um, after how is the village called? Fusha, is that right? Or is it
like
Fusha?
I know they show the like Helmuppo and Kobe and stuff, but I meant like they didn't show Garp meeting up with Luffy in the anime or in the manga until post Andy's lobby. So I know they're
Yeah, yeah,
showing
yeah.
Garp, but they're gonna have Garp and Luffy meet, and the crew realize, wow, that's his grandfather
Okay,
at
but
like
in
early on. And
so in the trailer we saw Garp attacking Luffy, and at the time we saw they wear the outfits from the Usopp arc, so it should be uh sometimes after Usopp until they meet at the Barati. So yeah,
yeah, but
and it
I didn't
fits
think
with
they
the
were actually gonna
descriptions.
show. Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna show Garp going after Luffy. I thought it was more gonna be like Garp just going after like random pirates, showing Kobe
Yeah,
Helmeppo what it's like to actually be a marine on the high seas, kind of like a training thing, not actually going after Luffy. But I guess that's what they're doing for this. And
yeah.
um, I think they're most likely cutting Logtown, which is sad because
No, no, no.
because we've seen the barrel them do the foot on the barrel, and that happens after Logtown, just before they enter the Grand Line. And if they're looking at the pacing of these episodes, episodes 7 and 8 is going to be at Arlong Park. I don't think they're going to have enough time to even cover Logtown in its depth that it had in the actual anime and the manga. So they
Okay.
won't get the execution of you know who, and they won't have, or the failed execution, I guess. And then they won't. They're gonna have to they would probably just do the barrel scene right after they leave, which would be sad. Meaning we won't get to see characters like Toshigi or Smoker, which
Yeah.
is kind of
So
sad to think about.
so we talk about this in every OPLA Banquet, I guess, the topic, Loketown, but I'm really a Loketown stan. I can see Loketown being cut from the East Blue because it's very important for the story as a whole. It's Luffy's moment in the East Blue, in my opinion, and it was my highlight of the East Blue. So I can see it them cutting, especially because we already got Kid Smoke in the trailer, and they going like in the leaked script, starting with Smoker, ending with Smoker. I really can see that. Also, they cut out a lot of the later episodes, and I think they intentionally do it. Like, we know that there will be Don Creek, but we don't see any of it. We only saw one wanted post of him on the website. No, not even mentioned on the press thing, and we things like that. Kuro is not seen as well, only listed, and we don't hear anything about Smoker, about certain people that will show up. So I think they will definitely go to Loketown because the episode even is called like the episode in Loketown, the worst of the East. So, and they cast the dragon as well, so I can't see a way that Loketown is cut, in my opinion.
I mean,
Also, we have the
Dragon
map. Also, we have the map of Nami revealed at the how is it called, exhibition in Japan, and on the map, Loketown was there. We had another mention of Loketown on the website. So I don't think if they cut Loketown, they wouldn't include Loketown in a map. You know what I mean?
I mean, for the Dragon thing, they showed Dragon with the Gold Roger thing, and the casting did make Dragon look kind of. It made him the actor look kind of young, in my opinion. And in the manga, currently Dragon's like 50, or he's not 50, but he's old. He's old. So with an actor that young, they probably will show Dragon at the execution when he's young. For Logtown, that could be a hint for a second season of where they're going to be going next, because Nami declared that she wants to draw a map of the world at the barrel scene, which is after Logtown. And because the Logtown's like to stop you go before you enter the Grand Line, it would make sense of that area being already documented on a map. Because she was working with Arlong since she was a kid, it's possible they've gone around the East, and she's documented a lot of the East.
So what my problem with cutting before Loketown is that the East Blue itself is a great cut that is not fitting with the Grand Line, because the Grand Line is a complete different place when it takes to things that can happen and such. So including Loketown into the first section where we see the Grand Line, I think this wouldn't translate well, because it is the great cut that makes the difference. They go into the Grand Line and immediately see weird stuff, island for island. So yeah, but yeah. So I can't see Loketown cutting at all, and it's a hot topic even in the community as well. And I defended it so many times, and we talked about it so many times. Sorry that I'm heated about this topic, because it's really my favorite moment. And if Loketown isn't in there, I don't know. I make that stream where I make makeup on my face like Buggy and stuff, but I'm really 100% sure they will do Loketown. I can't imagine it without Loketown. Chestnut, sorry.
What? No, you're good. You can go on your rants, bro. I'm totally down with it. Well, I feel like the original question went a little out there. I thought the original question go. I thought it was just about the episode changes.
Yeah.
Not specifically about Logtown, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the rants. I love the rants. Yeah, I think that what's probably going to happen is we're going to have like plot important events, and then they're probably going to, instead of like taking out like certain scenes, they'll probably change them. So I'm seeing like, especially like that one moment that everybody memed, like, oh, I'm feeling some tension among the crew. Like, I think that the story isn't going to be the exact same. I think that we're going to get different like elements, but it's going to have that spirit of One Piece, and I think that that's actually really decent. I don't want to keep watching the same thing over and over again. And I think that a lot of people who are coming into it probably want it from a more Western take. So I think that probably we're going to have a lot of that stuff. Like a lot of changes. Like the general story is going to stay the same, but a lot of the like minute details are going to be changed. And then yeah, I think that we end off with Locktown. We saw that final scene too in the one trailer with the barrel, which takes place in Locktown. So I would say Locktown.
After Locktown, yes. Yeah. Ricky, I think I missed you.
1 second. Skip me for now.
Okay. Did I miss Isa as well, or did I went?
No, I said something about that. But I want to add, I think
Yeah.
Logtong is also included in
Oh,
the
thank
live
you.
action. I'm on your
Sorry
side.
about my rant, and sorry, Nick, but
It's
it's
good.
a
We are
really.
very passionate.
I talk about it for months now, Lockdown included. So, yeah.
If they skip, I think the One Piece community is going to rant. Skip it.
So even if they skip it, I would be sad, but I don't think we should rant about stuff like this, because
Okay, I'm back.
if we're it's Oda's dream to realize it, to make more people aware of One Piece, and it's the right way. Because when you break down One Piece is Pirates of the Caribbean with Marvel superpowers. Both things are very popular, and with world building like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. So if you put them in the right spot, you could really make that viral, and that would make more fans essentially, and more casual fans as well. But more fans are always good, and for Oda, it's his dream, so we should support everyone who's saying Goda the whole time. I think if you call him Goda, you should support him in any of his projects, at least for this one, when he really wants to do that. Yeah, but yeah, it would be amazing, I guess. Ricky, sorry.
No, you're good, bro. I think the episode changes, like I said a little bit earlier, they're just for the better, because One Piece is like a very large breathing world, and with having so many moving parts and having an hour to maximize every piece of the story, I think they're going to take all the liberties they can. And I mean, I'm not going to say Logtown is going to be cut, but I do remember the events of that little arc being rather brief, right? I think they could get through that whole arc within
Yeah.
30 minutes, maybe a little
Yeah.
less.
Easily. I think I always felt like Lockdown is like a summary of what happened, because the enemies showed up again. You get the goal reestablished. You get the first thing that Luffy did, going into a barrel and survive it. The same kind of luck happens there. Yeah, I think it reestablished the whole goal for the series as well, with each character together trying to get to the Grand Line and stuff. Buggy Bends, yes. Yeah. Also, what I think Doron was it said. Let me read it out. I lost it. But Ricky pointed it out earlier. Do you know what I mean, Ricky? I can't find it right now.
What are you talking about?
What Doron
It's talking
said
about when
in-
Doron was talking about how bad the direction of Cowboy Bebop was, if that made the studio reconsider how they shot One Piece live action.
Oh, that is, yeah, that it's a really good thing to consider, because Cowboy Bebop wasted a lot of screen time on things that did not matter.
Yeah.
And I believe the same studio is heading One Piece, right? The live action?
Yes, it's the same.
Yeah, so I would consider Cowboy Bebop as a very painful learning experience the whole time. And I genuinely have faith that they're going to use like literally every second possible to make the impact that needs to be felt in each episode, especially if they're like speed running East Blue, like the movie episode of East Blue. That's the whole East Blue in like 40 minutes. It is
I think
bafflingly
it's
short.
106 minutes, but nonetheless, it's enough time for telling the whole story. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they blast through Syrup Village so hard, it's like blink and you miss, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and they can improve on the things that many people fell off during reading it. Yeah. Okay. Did somebody of you previously experience Ian McShane in any way? I think he's on Pirates of the Caribbean 3 as Blackbeard even, or on 4. Was 4 or 3? 4. 4, I think. And he played in some other things as well. I think Game of Thrones as well.
I've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, but I watched it a long time ago, so I'd have to like kind of rewatch to kind of get the vibe that he's going to be playing for the narrator, the kind of like tone we're getting. Because when I think of the narrator, I can think of two different. When I think of just a narrator in general, I think of two. One of them being the Hunter x Hunter narrator, because every time I think of a narrator, he's immediately who pops up into my brain. And then
Okay.
another narrator is just like I can't even think of the second narrator. So we're just gonna that's like the Hunter x Hunter narrator is my go-to when I think of, especially like um just overall tone I would be expecting from the series for him. But I'd have to kind of see how he played the role of Blackbeard and kind of like interpret how he would do the narrating role from that, I guess.
Yeah.
At least for me.
I really liked his voice. He's I think in Game of Thrones he was the chill dude with the guild that lived in the woods or something like that. So or priest he was a priest, I think. But yeah, his monologues were good in the show, and I can't wait to see it. When he narrates what Luffy does or what the world reacts to or something like that, will be awesome to see. Um, so, did somebody of you checked Sonia Belosova? I hope that's the right name for that. The woman that was one of the two creators, overall creators for the soundtrack and stuff. She posted a lot of things in the last weeks. Did somebody of you saw that? No.
No, I didn't know about that.
Okay, yeah, she essentially posted. I can summarize that. It was like 300 musicians worked on that with over uh, X amount of tracks and X amount of recordings and such. And they listed how many instruments they have. Then people compared that to an original orchestra, and they have like nearly twice as instruments as a normal orchestra. So they will do a lot of instruments, and they even showed a lot of these piratey instruments that we already hear in other things, like this thing that makes such. I don't know. Yeah. Cody, you were great on the music on the last topic. What do you think about adding so much instruments?
Um, I haven't heard too much of the soundtrack to really have that big of an input on it. I love the One Piece soundtrack. I love hearing it in the anime. I really love how like each different theme encompasses like the mood so well. I'm really excited to hear how Overtaken, if they have that coming in, where it's gonna play at, how they're gonna use these tracks. Are they gonna keep Luffy's theme and they're gonna add different things to it? Where are they gonna add these? Are there gonna be references to the cutaway themes? I don't know, but I'm really excited to see what they do with what they've been adding because they keep hyping it up, and I love music.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't see any of the soundtrack, I guess. The two The second trailer was from the soundtrack, but the first trailer not. I guess that was a bought music title. But the second one will get you the vibe essentially for the whole series. And I really felt like Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know what you felt by that, but it was very piratey in that sense.
It felt very Pirates of the Caribbean, like you said. It's just without having the whole scope of the series to go around it. I want to know if they're gonna take it like an anime where they constantly need to have that background noise or background tracks, or like if they have like a jaunty tune theme going around, or if they have the classic bar theme that we hear when Luffy's a kid, and like when the bar with that pirate dude, man, hockey man dude. I just don't know. I just don't know about enough about the music because I haven't seen it yet to make a critique or hype it up.
Okay. Anybody else on the music?
Um, yeah, well, from the second trailer, I got Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I mentioned earlier, the music really reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you say it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm hyped to listen to the soundtrack because the anime has an amazing soundtrack, and yeah, it really sets the mood for what's going on. They have like a song for like every kind of emotion there is, like you could feel. Because yeah, One Piece got you feeling all those emotions. And something I've been holding in for a while about the regarding Logue Town. Um, when we see it in the trailer or in screenshots of them doing the barrel scene, it looks like it's super sunny. Unless I didn't catch it being stormy, but if I remember correctly, it was super stormy when they did it in the manga and anime, and in the live action, it doesn't look stormy at all. So maybe they could have done the barrel scene before Logue Town, because yeah, things have yeah, we don't really know. Maybe the timeline's a little different. And with Garp and Kobe, what if the way how they're doing the storytelling is that they want to give us a pirate side of the story, but also we get the marine side of the story. So they keep moving the screen focuses on. So yeah, we'll get Kobe and Garp for a while, then we'll go back to Luffy and his crew, then we'll go back to Kobe and Garp, and then Helmet Bow seeing what they're doing. They might go that route for the first few episodes or something, or to keep the other characters relevant. They might come out more than what they did in the anime or manga.
Yeah. So I get the feeling that Isa want to talk more about Shanks and the flashbacks in the scene. What maybe
Yep.
what maybe has
Yes.
changed from the flashback, one short thing, what maybe has changed from the flashback that many people talk about right now is A, will Shanks keep his arm, and does the arm really matter? And B, uh, where's the placement of the thing? But I think we kind of hooked on that already. But the look of Shanks, the and the arm thing.
I mean, when I'm thinking about how he loses his arm, actually would be a good thing if he didn't lose his arm. I know, like when the first chapter or so what was released of One Piece, there was, I think, like saying that Oda had to put it in with the arm, so it's more like a good first chapter as well. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Um,
like a shocking chapter. Yeah.
yeah, so that it's more accepted as a
So you
series.
think
So
so you think that maybe was an advice from Shonen Jump or something like that? Like
I don't know if it's gonna happen. So it's
yeah,
when I think about it, it would be a nice thing if he still has his arm, but it's also still part of like the One Piece story that
yeah.
uh, he loses his arm. But like from a power scaling perspective, it's messy. It's
Okay.
like the most messy thing at all. And when we talk about Shanks, I don't know how you guys feel about like his design. I think like in some screenshots it was a bit not so good looking, but again Shanks grew on me a bit. So I don't know.
So let me send you the good Shanks screenshot that
Yeah,
already
I
people
know.
uh,
There are
are
some
being
good
crazy over it.
Shanks
This
screenshots.
one,
So
this one, you see his sword on this one. That's the not the new one essentially. the new picture they shared. You can see his sword. The head fits him better. He really looks like guy looks into the sky thing. So yeah, I think this looks a little bit better than the last time we saw him in the trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
And, yeah. So Tanuki or Hime, is Shanks less attractive with one arm left, or two other
Are we
other
talking
question?
about how attractive Shanks is? Listen, bro, I feel like this whole stream I have been on like demon time. Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think that the live action actor for Shanks is attractive, which makes sense because when we're looking at like beginning of the anime Shanks, I didn't think he was attractive either. He didn't get to like DILF status until like Film Red, right? Like, so I'm
Jesus.
so so I think that the actor looks really similar to the anime, and I'm down with it. I think that the actor does actually look good. I feel like a lot of people had an issue with like how he looked, specifically that he like the clothing and stuff. I think everything looked really good on him. So I'm actually really happy with honestly all of the sets and designs and the clothing is like fantastic. But yeah, if we're talking about it, like who's more attractive, Mihawk is more attractive than Shanks in the live action
Ooh.
for sure.
We have the next topic after this one here. Hime?
Okay, so I have a lot to say about that, and I actually made a video about this. Well, it was part of a video. So I disagree completely with everybody who's like talk shit in Shanks and his looks, because first of all, personally, I think that Shanks is not supposed to be this handsome looking guy, drippy and stuff like that. He's supposed to look like a normal guy who we don't know who is strong just at first sight,
Mm.
and who just like we get to know his power scaling afterward. So he is supposed to look normal, goofy. He's not supposed to look serious. He's supposed to look like any uncle. That's
Yeah.
how, like, that's the vibe I got from him, normal, like from the anime. So I think that he portrays that super well. If they would have took Henry Cavill, I would have been like, what is happening? This is not working. Like, I think that a lot of people just like, let's be honest, there's a lot of characters in One Piece. They're not actually attractive. We just want them to be attractive. And I think Shanks is one of them. I can see why Mihawk is attractive because he's drippy. He looks really good. He dresses really well. And, you know, he just has style. But Shanks never had any style. Like, man never wore anything crazy. Like, he just looks normal. I think people really like the red hair. Maybe that's why. But it's not like it's the flamingo crocodile or anybody. Like, he's Shanks, guys. Like, it's just this man with a straw hat on his head. He's supposed to be like your uncle, bro.
And in the case
No,
of his
it's not.
arm,
And his arm, yeah, his arm. Unfortunately, I think it has to go.
Hmm.
To showcase exactly the story, but I don't see like how they can keep it. That makes no sense. Anyways, we saw like in the trailer that the Sea King like just um chopped it off. So like
so in the
I don't see
trailer,
why
so in the trailer,
he didn't.
especially in the, so in the
Mhm.
trailer, especially in the trailer I did with taking both trailers and combining them, you see the whole
Mhm.
scene of the Sea King going for Shanks, biting a bit off of the boat, then Shanks turning on the Sea King or on Sea Beast, and
Oh.
then it could be that either then it bites another time and he loses his arm, or then he makes his look essentially, and the arm
Uh,
leaves, and the arm will keep will keep alive essentially. So you could go either way, and maybe the bloody way in the first few
hmm.
minutes or in the flashback wouldn't be the best way in some sense, but we get blood as well later, so
The thing is, I think that personally, look, I can understand that they have to like make new interactions because, like, okay, so they're going to cut some stuff, add some new stuff, okay, which is
yeah.
really normal. I know we spoke about that in the last point, in the last topic, and I understand that since you cut some stuff to make the transition better, you will have to add new stuff in between these transitions. Okay,
Mm.
I'm fine with that. But you're changing whole plots inside of the story. I am not okay with that as a fan. I think that like it's the least you can do, take off his arm just so it can be like in the story. Like Luffy having some new lines, or like people having some new interactions, seeing some cameos, seeing some characters elsewhere, stuff like that. I don't mind, but like the main plots inside of the story needs to stay intact. Otherwise, like you're gonna have the fandom like in Raw, and they're gonna just be really mad about it. To be honest.
So the talk essentially is about, is Shanks saving Luffy emotional enough to deliver this scene, or does he needs to lose his arm to get the emotional side out of the scene? Yeah,
Yeah, I just
that's
want to quickly
essentially.
say
Yeah,
if Shanks doesn't lose his arm, I will get toxic over this.
you will
Me
lose his.
too.
You will lose your
Me
mind.
too. I'm sorry. Me too.
Yeah, I will post a crappy video of me fake chopping my own arm off and being like, Netflix, this is how you do it.
Okay.
I will quote you on that. Okay.
All right, all right.
Yeah, but I
Listen,
kind of agree.
if anything, they can just like take his arm and just like put it into like his shirt. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have to like do stuff. All of a sudden like his chest gets really big, and it's just because his arm is like underneath the clothes.
Yeah,
Saves
yeah.
a budget.
Shanks is always like hiding his arm, like
Yeah.
under his coat. There's just this one scene where you kind of see it, but also not. Like,
Yeah. Maybe they go the 4Kids route and change it into some silly thing, and Shanks just loses a finger or something.
oh god.
I'll get toxic.
No, I completely agree with you. Like, there's things that needs to like stay true to the story. It's like you telling me, well, this like Luffy doesn't have a straw hat. It's another type of hat. I'm just gonna be like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Yeah.
agree with that. Like this is one of those things that it matters, you know, like
Mhm.
the second time we meet Mihawk and I think the second time we meet Shanks, it's brought up both times, you know, the arm thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would definitely make the story weird. I think he may just said it. It makes sense to have things like Bratier's changes, you know, Arlong showing up and whatnot. But like if you're just gonna not rip Shanks's arm off, like I'll go to South Africa and I'll fight the whole cast. Like I'll take the arm.
I'll
I
take
mean,
your arm
Shanks,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
Shanks has
man.
to invest in the new generation.
Like free ammo, but like listen, all the other fandoms are gonna have free ammo against us. Like I cannot defend us if that happened. Listen.
Oh my god. I left some of you out. Sorry. Cody is already jumping around. What's your opinion?
If Shanks doesn't lose his arm, One Piece is losing a diehard fan. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody's so keen about this arm.
It's important. Listen, people lost their mind about the slippers. Imagine the arm. Imagine the arm.
So slippers, no problem. Hachi, no problem.
Don't do it.
Well-
Don't do it. Don't.
Oh
Listen,
my god.
Listen, I think.
Using Enma. Come on.
I have some that Kitetsu. I really like the story.
All right.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
listen. I think what might be really funny is if like everybody pretends Shanks lost an arm, and they're just like, man, and he just still has it, and they're like, dang, I can't believe he lost an arm.
Only they
Extreme
pretend he
gaslighting.
loses an arm, and then in the end scene of East Blue we see him with two arms like in the anime.
Bro, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I bet
Well, I
we're
mean,
gonna
you
get
know,
like a.
Sorry, Andy Lex.
I bet they're gonna change how he loses his arm, and we're gonna get a flashback of Shanks versus Mihawk, and Mihawk's gonna chop his arm off or something. Live action exclusive.
So
That
you
would be
owe
very
me an arm, essentially. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Nick, what's your opinion about the important arm?
I think I'm on the same boat of team. The arm is important for like two reasons. One being it shows that like Luffy was worth something of him to sacrifice. And considering he gets the title of Yonko, losing that arm, like, shows that he's still, even without an arm, he was able to get that title. Like, it just shows a mirroring of his strength. And you know the theory of that Shanks is actually a bad guy who's just been manipulating Luffy the whole time? Losing that arm was kind of one thing that ticked for Luffy. Is like, you really did this for me. And Shanks was like, of course I can't lose you like that. And Luffy like started feeling indebted to Shanks. That was kind of like what really pushed him over the edge of like wanting to be just like Shanks. And if Shanks ends up being a bad guy, like those theories go, it would kind of just not make sense. Like, what would they do in the main story? Like, he lost his arm to like that. Losing the arm was kind of what put Luffy like in like he was already had a foot in Shanks's like boat. That kind of just pushed him in. So like without they change it, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they just show us the scenes so people will be still surprised when they see it. So maybe that's why it's cut like that. And I would personally not going like crazy with the arm. I would more about the lockdown would go crazy, but I understand that fully.
Hold up, I have a really good idea. What if instead of an arm he loses a leg? And then he
someone
becomes
wrote
peg, He becomes peg leg Shanks.
That's even harder to even hide on camera.
No. He just like bends his leg, and like you can clearly see that his leg is just bent, but there's like a peg leg at the.
I also
You
love
parody
that.
One Piece, huh?
Just that you need to just start posting up peg leg Shanks and just start something. Start a
Bro,
trend of peg leg Shanks.
You are
Please.
not
my
ready
God.
for the
I
hint.
really
He's
should.
not ready. No.
Listen, bro, my big thing used to be Shank sheep, and that was the hashtag I was trying to spread for like months. And it's like listen, Shank sheep and then peg leg Shanks. That's what I need. I'm gonna make art.
Bring it up to Larry on One Piece Talk. Bring it up to Larry on One Piece Talk. They'll go crazy about peg leg Shanks.
Bro, every time, listen, the Shank slander on TOPT is insane. By me, I mean everybody hates when I slander Shanks, but honestly, this man is just so slanderable. Look at how ugly he is in the live action. Like no
Right?
DILF energy.
Hey, we don't
He's not even
disrespect
pretty
Peter
in the
Gadia like that.
anime. What do you guys see in him?
I
Oh my
didn't
God.
expect this to be more chaotic than
Crazy.
Wani on our stream. So
Oh yeah.
Crazy. Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's the vibe that the character like showcase that people like. It's like the flamingo. If you look at his face, a man is ugly. It's just like the vibe that he gives. We find him attractive. Same with Shanks. If Shanks was as strong and wasn't like had all of these feats, like nobody would be like, oh, he's so handsome. Like no, it's really. I'm telling you. Like it's the vibe, it's like the power, it's like whatever makes the character that makes him handsome. That's why we find him
Does
handsome.
that apply to Buggy Sims? Does that apply to
Yeah,
people who
exactly.
keep
Yeah,
Buggy?
because I'm a Buggy Sims, and I can
sorry,
agree.
what?
The shallowness comes from the whole character. Like it's not because of how he looks like. Because let's be honest. I mean, unless you're speaking about Buggy Impel Down,
Yeah,
that's
he
figure
was
me out. That's
so
different.
hot.
Yeah, that's
I'm
different. That's different.
I'm with you on that. I'm not even giving Buggy and Impel Down though. I'm just.
Yeah, but like even like I'm telling you, everybody, like even Aokiji, everybody, when you look at their face, they're not handsome. It's just like the aura that makes them handsome.
You mean
No?
to tell me Whitebeard's not handsome to you? That is a handsome man.
That is
Listen,
one.
it's a handsome
man.
grandpa. It's a handsome grandpa. But yes,
Okay,
like really. Okay, listen, really is good looking.
Whitebeard had his prime. We saw prime. I don't know. Whitebeard with those flowing locks. Not a grandpa. That was a man's man. He could quake me up.
He can quake me. Wait, did you see Whitebeard without his bandana?
No.
It's just another mustache on his head.
Bruh. That's
hilarious. I gotta find it. Hold up.
yeah, post it. Let us turn this into a topic. So, Andylex, what is in your opinion, the hottest OPLA actor right now?
So I'm still trying to process people calling Shanks a DILF. I've never heard process. I was today's years old when I heard that. But yeah, there's a lot of very good looking male and female actors in the One Piece live action. I personally love Emily Rudd in her portrayal of Nami. I haven't seen too much of it yet, but I like how she's a fan because I'm a fan too, and like that's cool. And yeah, the Kobe actor looks really good. Helmeppo, Shanks, I think looks great. Zoro and Sanji look really good. Zoro looks really good too. Like his hair. Like I was reading that he's wearing like a wig on the top, and he colored the bottom parts of his hair. Um, they're all wins. They're all great. Um, even the yeah, even Luffy's actor looks like very handsome too. Like they all look, like I said, yeah, they all look handsome. I didn't think I was gonna be talking about who's who are the best looking actors and actresses.
There we go. There's a whitebeard. I found it. There we go.
Okay, Tanuki, what is the hottest
Yeah?
OPLA actor? Mihawk?
Oh, no. Easy. It's Emily Rudd, bro. If I was in the same room with Emily Rudd, you best believe I would pull out every single trick in my sleeve to try to get this girl to date with me, bro. I would literally
Even-
be like, I'm a PA,
Even the naked man thing.
bro. I'd be doing everything. If Emily Rudd ever gave me the time of day, bro. Oh my god, on site immediately, bro. She is. Oh my god, she's so fine.
Your goal on that, you. Sorry, you're going.
No, go ahead.
You need your goal should be to get Emily Rudd on Chibi Girls. That needs to be a mission for you.
Bro, I gotta get Emily Rudd as my wife, bro.
Love this.
But you're right.
Full support.
Oh my god. Cody, what is the hottest OPLA actress?
Usopp. Usopp is so fucking fine. I cannot with his dreads, the way he smiles and giggles. I saw him in the trailer. The way he just acts offset. Like the actor who plays Usopp is like, he's so fine. Y'all are sleeping on Usopp. I don't get it. Lie to me. Make that nose grow, baby.
I love this.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ricky, what's
Usopp
your
looks-
opinion?
He looks great, but like I feel like
Yeah.
they showed him the least from the main Straw Hats in the live action trailers. Okay, I'll stop.
Yes, you're right. But maybe they will shock us with funny moments and stuff and such. So yeah, because when you hear a joke in the trailer, you watch it and then yeah, that one I know. So maybe they don't want to show him joking around and stuff. Ricky.
For me, mine is a little bit of a left field pick, but it's Nojiko's actress.
Thank you.
Mm.
I'm sorry, keep going.
She's just very pretty. Like the minute I showed her, I genuinely like sat there for a little bit and just kind of was like, you know what? This is a fantastic casting, and she is just straight up gorgeous.
Nice. What is Isa's opinion about that?
I have a few, and I must agree, I'm a Usopp stand in this live action. He's one of the most hottest in all of the casting, and also Garb, very underrated. Garb
Mm.
looks so good. And also, of course, Emily Rudd. She's amazing. I wish they kept her real hair, but like, that's another topic. Also, Zoro looks amazing. Yeah, that's about it. Also, yeah, as I said, Helmeppo, yeah, looks too handsome for
You
that
can see
role, but
Garp's actor practically nude in the movie 300. He is like the second, he's the
Oh.
right-hand man of Gerard Butler, and he has one of the best scenes in that movie.
okay, I know what I'm gonna do later on.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like if you guys are like, I know a lot of people don't really like Garp's casting choice, but if you've seen 300, you know that this man just acts his ass off. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Hime.
Okay, so listen. I agree on the Usopp take. I've already said that even in my video of my review to the trailer, like Usopp looks amazing. I think that he is the perfect cast for Usopp. I think that nobody could have played Usopp other than this guy. Like it just, and he doesn't even need the nose. Like he is Usopp. He gives me Usopp vibes. I would have seen him on the street. I would have been like, yo, Like you're Usopp, bro. But when it comes to like, I think that me personally, for preferences, um, Zoro and Sanji, bro, I just find them so attractive. Zoro, oh my god, he gives off this crazy vibe, and Sanji just like, I don't know, man. He's like, my fresh French king, bro. Like I don't know, bro. They're amazing. These three, they're my top three, literally. Yeah. I mean, I still need to see Ace to be honest, because I'm a super big Ace fan, but we didn't see him in the trailer, so I cannot speak on it. But yeah, for now, that's it.
Yeah, I think they kept all East Bluish in that sense, and they won't go into season 2 now. But yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
will see him sooner or later. I think I missed Nick here.
Hello?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Once talk
Yeah.
so far.
Sorry.
What is the hottest OPLA actor?
Okay, mine's you can argue for the guy. I have to say it's got to be Usopp. I'm agreeing. Usopp not only looks like to me perfect for the cast, but also personality wise, how I've seen like there were clips going around that I saw reposted on Twitter of like some of him acting, and it looks so good. And I like, but for hottest for female, either Emily Rudd, Usopp's mom, Benchina, or hot take, one of the Meow Band brothers is actually being played by a woman.
Yeah.
The actress playing Sham, I don't know what it is. I think actress playing Sham, actress playing Benchina, and Emily Rudd. I'm on my knees. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm on my knees. They look great. I I'm trying. I don't. I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. Someone say something.
Totally okay.
Des, who do you like?
Yeah, so for me, the hottest of them all. I think it really is Emily Rudd here because she knows what she's doing. She's doing a great part. She knows the anime and manga in and out. I really think she translates Nami well, even with the wig, and yeah, that makes her the hottest one. In the case of the boys, I think you all underestimate our Buggy because it if it wasn't for the actor, I can't recall his name, but I rewatched Agents of Shield because of him, and he's really great in that. I can't recommend it enough to watch the episodes where he's in, and yeah, I think he will be great, and he's doing Buggy a great job here.
Can I add that I absolutely love Buggy, but I think he's not hot. He's like one of the best castings, but I think he's not hot.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we went for Gold Roger, we went for Arlong, we went for Kobe and Hanepo, we went for Buggy even. What are your thoughts about the Mary? We saw a quick glimpse of the Mary, very furryish, looking mink-like, in quotes. Nick, what are your thoughts about the Mary? Not the ship, the person.
Oh, I was so ready to start talking about the ship. Mary himself, I think he looks great. Like, I don't think I think they went perfect. They didn't go too animal-like, and they didn't go too human-like. It's like the perfect mix of what I was hoping for. So I overall think it was great, and I love how they showed Kuro's claws behind him as kind of like a jump scare type thing. It looked really good. I like that.
Also, you're all in with the spoilers today, Nick. So.
Am I?
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
No problem, but yeah, just if we must try to do it at least because when the people will flood in after the live action, it will be a whole nother fan base, I guess. Yeah, let's see. If not, then I'm wrong, but I guess many people will flood in, and we will have plenty of people that only are in the East Blue after that. So yeah. Ricky, what are your Mary thoughts? Maybe we add the ship here as well. Why not? Mary, Mary.
I actually think he looks as good as you can make a sheep human look. And especially when the second trailer, when they show Kuro's claws forming behind him, I think he nails the I'm about to get murdered vibe, and I like it a lot. And the dude is wearing the shit out of that suit.
Yeah. Also, he looks a lot like Greg. Who the fuck is Greg? If you don't know, you don't know, but he looks a lot like Greg, I guess. Isa.
I'm searching again for a picture of him because
Oh, okay. I can
I-
send
You
you
want
one.
me- I can
yeah,
get,
yeah,
I got one.
I remember how he looks like, but he's alright. I was not that excited about him. It's difficult to like
make it.
make him, yeah, kind of. So that's why it's alright. I mean, he also looks goofy in the anime, so
Yeah. Also, it's one of the persons in the East Blue you think of. Is this a sheep? Is this a person? Is this intended to be sheep-like or just his hairstyle? So it really sets up, I think, the sense of wondrous world for One Piece as well. Tanuki?
Yep, yep. Which are we doing right now? What topic?
We're doing right now the Mary and the ship Mary. The person and the
Okay.
ship.
Okay, so we're doing both. All right. So for the ship, I really like it. I think a lot of people had a design with like the mouth like being open and like the actual like figurehead of it, but I always thought it looked good. I think that a lot of the props, especially like a lot of the built ones, look fantastic. So I actually really like the adaptation of the ship. For the Mary character, I thought he looked even better than he did in the anime. I think that like the practical effects are just so good, and I think that when we're like making it like live action and we're kind of taking these characters like directly from the anime and putting them into there, it just looks so good to me. So I don't know, I might just be biased because I'm really a stickler for like these practical effects. Uh but yeah, I really like it. I like how he looks, I like how the Mary looks. Everything just looks good to me.
Andylex.
Well, first off, with Mary, the character from Syrup.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Mary looks great. Like just like perfect like interpretation of the manga character. And yeah, that one scene where they show those claws behind them. Yeah, that looks kind of creepy. Like I really hope they portray Kuro like as like really like evil or scheming. And yeah, it'd be nice if they expand on who Mary really is, and we'll get more of more details about Mary in the live action. And then with the ship, I remember like a year ago or a little bit over a year ago, we got pictures of what the Mary ship, the Going Mary, looks like for the live action, and I thought it looked ridiculously like some evil satanic goat or something. But to be honest, it's growing on me. It it looks good. It's you could see again, it's the live action take of what the Going Mary looks like. Um, just knowing who made the ship, I don't want to say who, but it is revealed in the anime manga who made it, designed it. I wonder what their thoughts were in the live action
Yeah.
to make it look like that. Because yeah, that goat looks evil. It's like for some hidden cult in the One Piece world or something.
I really think uh, open mouth smile looks more like a smile than a closed mouth smile. So I think they went with open mouth just for the smile. But I could be wrong on that. And maybe it grows on us, maybe not, but it's different. And I think it's good that it's different because you can differentiate. I don't know that word, but you know what I mean. The two. Also, good for Ricky because he can buy a normal Mary and a live action Mary merch. And yeah, Hime.
Yeah. So personally, I really, really love the ship. I think it looked amazing. It looked super cool. I love how it looked a bit more like a menace compared to the anime. Because like in the real world, let's be honest, like you don't want to see like a happy go merry. Like you want to see a ship, like a pirate ship, and it just fits well when you look at the other ships as well. So I really liked it, and I know they put a lot of effort into like the constructions and everything. So I'm really grateful for it. Otherwise, when it comes to the character, Mary, I also really liked him. And as like Chestnut said, I really love when they don't use CGI and they really like,
Practical
make their own
effects.
prompt,
Yeah.
make their own things. So I appreciate that because it's just like it is way more organic. It's like nicer to see. It's just like it just feels way more natural, and I will always appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think the right word for it is prosthetics in that case.
Oh, prosthetics. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think I missed Cody on that one.
Um, in the words of my goat, Teching 101, hashtag not a furry. But I think Mary looks great. I think he's just absolutely killing it. I love the costume design. I love that. Like everyone's already mentioned the scene of Kuro like appearing behind him, like that, or the claws. Like it's just crazy. Like everything this looks really good. The ship gives me nightmares though, and I feel really bad for. There's this TikTok creator I follow on TikTok who's making a bed for his son out of the Going Merry, and I want to message him and ask him if he's gonna change the ship head now to look like the realistic live action one, or the keep it the same as the manga version.
You mean Saiga Runner, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should I
Oh.
ask him that? Should I DM him?
Yeah, do it.
I'll ask him because I love Sega, but I don't
Yeah,
know if he changed everything up, but he might. Although he isn't talking about the live action until the
Yeah.
strike is over,
Until
so
the strike is over.
Yeah.
maybe afterwards.
Yeah. With the strike thing, I don't want to reestablish the topic here, but it's really sad that it's okay if you want to go with the strike and don't talk about it. It's totally up to you, yes. But I already got messages from people that are bad, that are not happy with it. That I talking about the live action because everybody should join the the um the boycott. But I don't think that's what's supposed to be with that because I don't know.
No,
Um,
I agree. There's a lot of other writers guilds working on this project as well. Like it's not just the saga. So I think that the One Piece live action is a special case, and I feel like people don't like to make exceptions for things because they don't look into certain things properly. There's also the point that like Oda is working directly on this, and this is more so a collaborative international effort rather than just an American one. And I think that when you look at it from it like an Americocentric point of view, uh, it's kind of this like, oh well, anything that happened in America will oversee things happening in like other parts of the world, and I don't think that that's fair. And I also don't think that that's right to think that America is the end all be all for certain things. So I got this. I got the same stuff too. I would just keep going with this, especially because it's not paid promotion, which is the only thing that you're not supposed to do. Is either not paid promotion, and then you can't get stuff from other companies, even though it's not technically directly paid promotion. But you're able to talk about stuff, so I wouldn't worry about it,
Yeah.
Desnes.
yeah. Especially, I'm just a fan in the end. You know what I mean? And I'm just fanning about it. And yeah, happen to be 5,000 people here as well. So yeah, yeah. And it's good to hear that others have the same problem right now. So yeah. Does anybody know when the strike will end? Or
I'm
is
gonna
it
be honest. I have no
no
idea.
clue?
I don't even think that anything is like work. Like nobody's even working towards certain things. I don't know when the actors are gonna get off strike. Which is like the big thing of why you're technically not allowed to talk about things because now the actors aren't. But it's kind of been going on for a really long time, so I'm unsure kind of what's going on. There really isn't any new news.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, let's change the topic. I just want to make that clear that you can do whatever you want. It's totally up to you, but please don't shade on other people for it.
Mhm.
I just had a topic that that I lost, of course. Did I
I'm
miss?
sorry, Desnes.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry.
Did I miss? No. Did I miss any legs on the topic? At the Mary?
No, I was. You asked me already. I already talked about
Okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I think we went through the whole trailer. The one thing that we didn't talk about in the trailer, and it's maybe a key thing for establishing how many Easter eggs they will do. They showed Foxy and Cavendish
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
no, the hyena
Bellamy.
Bellamy, yeah, in the trailer as wanted posters. So we already see wanted posters coming more and more, and other Easter eggs coming more and more into play. What's your opinion about the Easter eggs we saw already, like the clothes, the wanted posters, the details, even in Kaya's garden? If you saw my community post, and Lex, let's begin with you again.
All right. Well, first of all, with the Easter eggs, I love how they're using like the clothes from the cover stories or the manga covers or the volume covers. What are all those color spreads? They're using all the clothes, like a lot of clothes from what the Straw Hats would wear. I think that's so awesome. It really adds like a paints a colorful image of the style for the live action because I love this the way how the characters dress in the manga. They always have weird, cool clothes on, like really cool. And yeah, the whole thing with the wanted posters, them showing Bellamy and there's other names. What looks like Foxy. Like that's that left me like really excited because yeah, like they could be interpreting the live action differently, as in stuff they couldn't do in the anime and manga because of the time when it was made. They could add it into the live action because they already know have like a they already have a plan of what's gonna happen. Like
Yeah,
they already have far ahead. The series is super far ahead already. So yeah, we could get a lot of world building early on, see pirates that we normally wouldn't see earlier on. Yeah, like yeah, I'm really excited. And it may actually like there might be lore drops, like stuff that we'll be able to like put together and analyze that may like we could interpret for the manga. Like I could see all that happening. Like really excited for that.
yeah. And with the interpretation for the manga, I also think that because Oda said what scene must have been in the live action and not, the scenes that are in the live action will be more important for the manga as well because Oda said he wanted to be in it. So I think if we get, I don't know, some minor detail but it's one to one like in the manga, that would be more important than before, I think, after the live
Also,
action.
I think the live action is probably gonna set up for a multiverse piece where we get the anime, the manga, and the live action all to collab with each other.
Ooh. So
What there's
I
gonna be
think
canon events.
so I think you're getting into spoilery stuff for this weekend. Um, I said it to Tanuki once, and spoiler for everybody, please d- don't hear me out here when you don't want to be spoiled. But I would love to have an impact frame of Luffy turning into Inaki for 1 second, just crashing all of reality around himself. That would
That
be
would be
so
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse thing. So yeah.
yeah.
Um
That's where my idea was born from.
yeah,
The multiverse.
yeah. Really awesome. Nick, Easter eggs.
Um, I really liked it. I when I watched the trailer the first time, I had immediately made a video on it like within like 3 hours of the trailer being up. So I was really late. It was like 1 in the morning. I was really tired, so I didn't fully get to look at all the Easter eggs itself at the end. But I'm looking at them now. I like how they showed them, but what confuses me as to why they would have them unless like they're doing a big change, if they're unless they're having like a second season, because they have people cast it as these characters, have Cavendish, Bellamy, and Foxy. I mean, you can't really see Foxy, but um you can't really see the actor completely, but
So Matt
I want
Owens, in the case of did they really cast them for the role to play in the series? Matt Owens said that they looked for adding Easter eggs in every scene essentially. So I think in terms of Easter eggs, it's just actors that they take for as a placeholder to be on the photo or something like that, to be replaced later or be casted later. So I don't think that's really a big 100% okay, they go to Alabaster next season or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I like him. I'm glad they showed it. It was nice when I watched him. Like, oh my god, they actually have the bounty posters, because it was nice to see. And I'm looking at it more and more, little by little, frame by frame, than maybe we see anything else. But I'm glad they had it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say else, but I liked it.
Also things I really like Sanji's lighter being 1-to-1 like the anime one, or the animals you see in Kaya's mansion. So she has bush animals. I don't know. It's the right name for it in English, but essentially when you're cutting a bush like that has another shape, and they look like the animals from Gaimon's island and stuff. So and Easter eggs like these are really amazing. Isa.
I mean, how do you not love Easter eggs? I love the wanted poster at the end. So we kind of see Cavendish, Foxy, and so on. Also, have you guys seen like the eyebrows of the Foxy wanted poster? They look
Yeah.
ridiculous. It looks very fun, but like I don't believe that they are gonna show up anytime soon in a couple of years, because I don't know, maybe Foxy, but like that's still ahead of time. So just a few Easter eggs, but that's fine. I love that. So I'm very excited to see more of that when we actually got to see the series, and I bet we're gonna see a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah, definitely. Ricky, Easter eggs.
So I really liked the Cavendish one because his whole thing is like hating Luffy for stealing his thunder. And
Yeah.
Foxy, I think, I don't know about you guys, but does he look a little bit like chunkier than he would normally look? I
Yeah.
mean, I know he's like perfectly rotund in the stomach region in the manga and anime, but like they got his face looking like he's just been enjoying every snack possible. And I think that's hilarious. There's also two bounty posters that I have been struggling to figure out who they belong to that aren't Bellamy, Cavendish, or Foxy. But on the very bottom right, there's like one that looks like it starts with an R or a B. I'll try and get a picture of those. And then there's one with an STU. So like they show it right when like the first possible frame of that wall, right before Luffy, they show him like reacting to those posters. There's like an STU on a bounty poster, and I wonder who could that be? You know, there's someone that
Yeah.
comes to mind in a recent arc, like for
Yeah.
those of us who are caught up, but it doesn't make much sense for that name to be brought up at all ever
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. So, also Easter eggs they're cool, but they're also kind of worrisome because sometimes it shows things that like won't make it for a reason. But let's not doom speak on this because hopefully this whole show gets at least like 3 seasons, maybe more.
Yeah. 5 seasons all the way. Also in this picture, no, that's the wrong one. This is the wanted poster. But I saw this picture here. Oh, this was the animal. Okay, maybe on Twitter. But there was a wanted poster where you see the Jacko, I think his name is, from Usopp's arc, the one that's like Michael Jackson. You see a wanted poster of him as well in the background in one of the pictures. So adding like these minor pirates as well with wanted posters makes sense. Not just Kuro, but adding the other ones as well. I can't find the picture right now, but I can send you it later. Yeah, you don't have to wait for me for anything. Hime.
Yes.
Easter eggs and such.
Yeah, honestly, I loved it. Even once again in my review video, like I talked about like the Cavendish, Bellamy, Foxy, Elvira, wanted posters that they showed on the um on the board. I loved it. And then after a while, I saw some like other posts from other content creators that they were able like to see some Easter eggs, like for example in Baratier, like the painting, like a lot of other stuff like that came up, and I was like, yo, this is so Oda like, and I was
Yeah.
just so happy about it. Like it just like it gives you like the same feeling in the anime and the manga, so I loved it. Yeah.
Tanuki.
I don't think there's too much to say on this topic. I hope, though, throughout the rest of the live action, we see more Easter eggs to future arcs. I think that would be really cool. I also hope that they, even though they might not do another season, I hope that they tease certain events happening in the world. Like, I hope certain people that would maybe appear, later in the series, like a certain organization of 7 people may make an appearance, with like either people talking about them or like their poster somewhere or something like that. But that's just my personal want for the series.
Yeah, and I think I missed Cody here.
With the Easter eggs coming to the live action, I want to see more of like a meme culture enter into the show. I want to see like them get into like the meme circles of what the One Piece fans are like, likening characters to rats or buying a lot of black paint. It's just I want to see like them like hit the One Piece circle of memes and jokes and like really make something for everyone to enjoy. Those are the kinds of Easter eggs I'm looking forward to.
So what would be East Blue East memes that could appear?
Like
Yeah.
maybe a certain man in a bar is like really good friends with some mice because he's a rat, or maybe someone has their ship painted all in black because they have an excess amount of black paint. Like that would be a really good meme joke to be like, "Oh, they know."
Okay. I think we're heading right into the end here with the last few questions. I really want to hit it at the best point every time, because then we all sound like tired and such. So so the biggest thing for the future for all of us, what do you want to see in the One Piece live action that hasn't been shown yet? Maybe a scene, maybe a character, maybe a particular Easter eggs, something like that. Let's begin with Isa.
Such a difficult question. And I have to start.
Okay,
This,
then we
wait.
okay.
I want to see, because we don't know I don't know if the Arlong walk was already shown in the trailer. That's
The
like the
Arlong
first
Park?
thing that Arlong walk. I mean,
Oh,
like
the walk to
the
Arlong Park.
yeah.
They showed it a little bit, but
A
not
little
with
bit, but
music
not
and
like
such.
it. Yeah, I
But
see
we
them
will
like
definitely see Nami
standing,
with the
like
yeah.
like that's like one of the most essential things, and also like the whole Luffy and Nami scene.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like most excited about. That's also like where I think One Piece kind of like very took off as a series as a whole. So that's what I'm really excited about, and also about like um Arlong the Arlong walk. I want to hear the soundtrack for dum 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 dum. Okay, back to
Oh,
the
I
others.
thought you sing the whole song. Oh, sad.
No.
Okay, Nick, what are you looking for that we haven't seen yet?
There's one thing I want, and it's referencing Usopp and Sanji's signature features about Sanji's curly eyebrow and Usopp's long nose. For Usopp, I think it was Saiga who actually came up with this. Saigrona, I think he said that he wanted to see the crew gaslight Usopp into him thinking he has a long nose when he doesn't. So they keep that joke of him having a long nose alive when he doesn't actually have like a prosthetic nose to make it that long. And for Sanji, him like after Arlong shows up, they get knocked out, and then somehow he gets drawn on, like they do in like sometimes in anime how they draw on their faces. like how Jigglypuff used to draw on Ash's face whenever Jigglypuff would second knock Ash out in Pokemon. I want them to draw him having a swirly eyebrow, and then Zora will make fun of Sanji, referencing him having the swirly eyebrow. I want that to happen, so that way you can keep the curly brown nickname that Sanji has from Zoro, but
That
give it
is
different context.
genius. Even if they come to the next season and we see them in Whiskey Peak, and Zoro is the one who's awake while the others are sleeping, that would be peak One Piece. Yes, amazing idea. Andy Lex.
What I'm looking forward to is, well, first, yeah, I would like to see Django. That he's a pretty cool character. And another cool thing oh man, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. It just I had it planned out and everything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna say this, and I forgot what it was. But
Oh.
besides that, I'm
if you can think of it later, you can edit later, no problem.
yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, well, another thing I'm looking forward to is uh but yeah, Django seems really cool. Oh, and the I'm sorry, it completely left my head. I'll think about it if you could.
yeah, no problem. Ricky.
Mine is kind of stupid, but I would really like if they were elevated, like in Logtown, like like Roger's platform or something like that. If Luffy were to just look straight at the screen and say, "Can we get much higher?" Like that really annoying meme that went around for a long time.
I don't dislike that. I do not dislike that. Please, let's push Oda. Are you listening to this?
Imagine. And then you sit in a room with your family watching the OPLA, and the scene comes, and you begin to sing, "Can we get much?"
Yeah, I might actually lose it if that happens. Like, I would probably laugh for like 3 hours straight.
Oh man.
Or like maybe in episode 1, just some goofball going like the One Piece is real.
Yeah, that would be mind blowing. Funny, yes, of course. Tanuki, what's your take? What's the most anticipated thing?
So for me, this actually might be a little spoiler, but it's like it's specifically a Nami scene. Do you mind if I say it?
Yeah, say it.
Okay, so it's the scene like right after like she leaves the crew behind and like is going to Arlong, and it's that one scene on the ship where she's like kind of like contemplating, and you see that she like genuinely really liked like Luffy and all of the other Straw Hats. And it's always been one of my favorite moments in East Blue because it's one of the moments where it's like there's just so much emotion, but very little happens. And I want to see if they adapt that and how they adapt that because I don't want them to go like super over the top. I want them to keep it like how the original scene was, where it's like Nami is just looking off into the ocean and just kind of reminiscing on how much fun she had with those people. So that's probably like my most anticipated scene because it'll really determine like, is this live action just going to be overly goofy and they don't really know how to adapt it, or are they going to be actually able to adapt these like really nice like emotional scenes?
So in the manga, she went from the Barachi to Arlong Park, but what if Arlong is there and get her? Would the scene be different, or could you imagine the scene when she is taken to Arlong Park?
I would assume instead of like her taking the Mary, she would probably be on with Arlong. You know what I mean? And like then the scene could play out basically the same way because it doesn't really matter if there's other people on there, and it might even be better if like Arlong is there and she's like literally like, "Yo, I really wanted to stay with them." It might hit even harder. So that's like the scene I'm really excited for.
Yeah, Hime.
Yes, so honestly, the only I don't have any expectations. That's why. Oh, sorry, that's my dog. I don't have any expectation. I think that's why I might not be disappointed. But the only thing that I wish would happen instead of the live action is I want to see Buggy, goofy scenes because in the trailer he looked so serious, and I understand that like in these arcs like that's his persona. Like I know that we see his goofy side maybe later in the story, but like I really wish to see the Buggy that I like, the funny Buggy. So I don't know. I hope he has some goofy scenes. That's what I hope. But
So
yeah.
in the beginning I understand Goofy Luffy, but you meant Goofy Buggy, right?
Yeah, Buggy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Buggy. No problem. Okay, yeah. I think Buggy will be funny for sure. In the anime itself, he was kind of menacing in the beginning as well to establish a bad pirate.
Exactly.
But I really think that's just the snippet of the trailer that translates the Joker vibes to the normal person.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. I think I missed out on Cody this time.
Hi, it's me, Cody. Most excited, most anticipated to see Inaki playing Luffy. I haven't been this on the edge of my seat to see someone play a role since Hugh Jackman in Les Mis. That I mean, I've been on the edge of my seat. I've heard people singing his praises left and right. I saw the interview where he met the Japanese voice actor for Luffy, and even she praised him. I saw where he was just crying on the set about meeting Oda Sensei, and I'm so excited to see what he does with this role and how he portrays one of my favorite MCs in all of anime. That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah. You represented my opinion as good as you can. That's my opinion as well. I really love Inaki Godoy as Luffy. I really love his positive vibes, and his smile translate through the screen, and I can't do another thing than just smile too. And what I really loved about the interview, about the press release thing that I sent you, there was a fun fact in there that nearly made me cry. I don't know if I'm just near the water or something, but in the press release thing, there's a fun fact that states, for inspiration, Godoy carried around a photo of himself as an 11-year-old while he was on set. And he said, I tried to remember what it was like to be in that time of my life where I felt like I could do anything, he says. I don't know, but that's so amazing to me. Yeah.
That is very charming.
Yeah, I think ending on a high note would be the best, but not before we shout out everybody here, because please follow all these creators. You can find all the links in the description, but we go through all of them, of course. Starting with the ladies, of course. Isa, you can
Thanks
do
for
a
having
last shout
me.
out.
Thanks for
Sorry.
having me on. It's Closet Anime Girl on all my socials, so check it out. I'm very happy to talk to you guys about One Piece. That's amazing.
Yes. Going into Tanuki.
Hello, I'm the Chestnut Tanuki. Come follow me on my socials. It's the Chestnut Tanuki on like everything. So check me out. Thank you.
And Hime, of course.
Yes, me, it's Ohime Fenchi on all platforms. I'm mostly active on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. As I said, funny skits, One Piece stuff, and some cosplays, and reviews. So just come follow me if you want to.
Yes. Going into Ricky, thank you that you could be on this. It was luck that you was here, that you were here, but I'm really appreciated that you got into here. So check out Merch Hunter Ricky.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and I'm very happy to have met you all. And for the most part, I talk on YouTube about mainly fake devil fruits that are used for D&D purposes, Dungeons and Dragons, and I review chapters, and I hunt a gross amount of merch. It's like a really bad addiction. I just got an entire set of the Wano keychains, like all the straw hats except Usopp and Chopper, but that's about, that's it for me.
He's on the hunt. And maybe we see TCG content in the future. Maybe.
Very soon. Very soon.
Oh,
Don't tell anyone.
Andy Legs, thank you for being here, of course. First time here and first time spoken.
Yes, thank you for having me. It was great honor to be on the stream. I love talking about One Piece. I have a YouTube channel called Star Knight Risha Andilix. Like I said earlier, begin if you subscribe.
Sorry, you were cut off. Just begin a little bit earlier. Sorry, that's my fault.
Oh no, it's all good. But yeah, I have a One Piece YouTube channel called Star Knight Risha Andilix. I upload live reactions to the manga, upload sometimes chapter reviews, and I upload theories. It'll mean a lot if y'all subscribe if you haven't yet. there's a lot to come, and I promise good quality content.
Yeah, thank you.
And then yeah, I don't know if you got. Thank you for having me on your stream. That was the first thing I said. It is an honor to talk about the Live Piece One action.
Yeah,
Live action.
yeah. The next one is the one that's running through my TikTok all day. Every time I see him, I must stand up as well because he's running, so I'm running as well. Cody, thank you for being here.
Desnes, what an honor for you to have me here, first off. Thank you so much. It's so great to finally speak and talk to all of these wonderful people here. I'm SSJ Cody on all of my socials. I talk about a lot of things because I love to talk and I'm very passionate about a lot of things. And on Thursdays, you can catch me on Twitch DMing One Piece D&D. We're going to start off episode 4 next week, and my crew is absolutely bonkers with 2 Lunarians. So see what all that wacky stuff's about.
Amazing. And yeah, we must greet Lucas here as well. It said that he couldn't come up here, but we will get a stream with you and Lucas here, so definitely amazing. Yeah, Nick, thank you for being here. First time, but definitely not the last one.
Thank you so much. This is like my first time joining one of these things, and I absolutely loved it. And I would love to come back and collaborate with all you guys because this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really must say what I'm anticipated the most is when I can see Isa in the stream of Tanuki and Hime.
Yes. It's also like the first time I'm on something like this, so I'm very grateful to be on here.
Nice. So yeah, thank you for everybody in the chat. Sadly, I can't keep up with the chat every time. I'm so sorry. I would love to read out every message from you, but I will go through it afterwards and reply to some of them. Thank you for being here. We will have this another time before the One Piece live action releases. We will have even more news, I guess, with even more pictures and clips. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It will be amazing, and I hope you have a great time looking forward to it. And yeah, as an advice, many people said to me, what should I do until it's released? Read the East Blue again. It's really great, and I read it twice now since I do the OPLA stuff, so it's really amazing. Read the East Blue to be prepared, and yeah, we see us on the next one. Bye! You can say bye as well if you want to.
Bye. Bye. See you guys.
I love you! I love you! Bye!
Goodbye.
5K, Desnes?